Hello. So I didn't film much today. We ended up getting to our lander in Stockholm at around 5 o'clock maybe, and we didn't get to the ship till 6:45. The traffic in Stockholm was absolutely of biblical proportions. So it's just been about settling in, having something to eat and a few drinks, and that's pretty much it. So I think we're going to regroup in the morning and go into Stockholm. We've got some stuff planned, so please come along. The sunset's amazing. Just spin you around. Hi there. So it's another full day in Stockholm today. We're just going to have some breakfast and then we're going to head out into town. It's not the first time we've been here, so we're just going to explore the old town and maybe look at the changing of the guard, and if we're lucky or unlucky, whichever way you want to look at it, have a really expensive coffee. Because if you didn't know already, Scandinavia is one of the most expensive regions in the world. So let's get some breakfast and we'll head out into town, so come along with us. Catch you in a bit. We just stopped in the old town for a snack. I got some caramel cheesecake. Jane's got a cinnamon bun, coffee and some lemonade. So let's see what this is like. So just continuing through the old town. Had a nice little break and coffee and some cake, which was good. We did find some shade, but well, it's gone now, not that I'm complaining. So we're just wandering really. God, it's red hot. We're kind of doing this blind, we haven't done any research, but that's fine. Right, let's see what's up here. Thank you. So we just retired to a little park, so we get the shuttle bus back. We've got about 20 minutes to wait, so we've just found some shade because it is oppressively hot. Not that I'm complaining, but I've just left Jane under the tree and we're just going to chill here till bus time, and then we're going to head back to the ship and maybe have some champagne. So we'll catch. Sail up from Stockholm is one of the most spectacular in the world. We go through an archipelago of islands for about, I guess, 4 or 5 hours. So I'm probably going to do some time-lapse stuff of that and take some pictures. I'll definitely film that later on after dinner, which is where we're going now. So we'll bring you back in a bit. sail away from Stockholm has been pretty amazing, as you've seen. So tomorrow we're in Mariehamn in the Åland Islands. So we'll see you in the morning. We're going to have some more drinks and watch the rest of this sail away. See you in the morning. Bye.
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit.
Good morning from Mariehamn in the Åland Islands. So we docked today and we've got a full day. We're going to go for a walk into town and just do a little bit of an explore, and then we've got an excursion this afternoon where we'll be going to Stockholm Castle, Jan Karlsgarden Open Air Museum and Åland Distillery. So come and join us. It's going to be gin based fun. Catch you later.
We have no idea of physically demanded.
So we just got off the ship and decided to walk into town before our tour this afternoon. It's really nice, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
And a tree-lined walk into town. Hoping to find a cafe somewhere. I think we both need coffee. But it's another beautiful day. So yeah. Let's see what Mariehamn's like. Well, that was a nice little walk into town, albeit short. So we just had a cup of coffee and we're going to head out on tour this afternoon. So that should be good. We'll bring you along with us. It's another gorgeous day in Mariehamn. I just found a little walkway around this old ship. It is so beautiful here. Constantly washing the ship. Hang on, spin around. Washing and painting.
You see that we have also quite a lot of forest here. So there's a commercial forest here also, and yeah, agriculture.
Well, that was a nice little visit to Stockholm Castle. It's the granite and lime mortar castle, first mentioned in the 1300s. The guide gives a bit of kind of information overload, so I didn't take a lot of it in, but it was quite impressive and well worth a visit if you fancy coming. It helps on an amazing day like this, though. I'm not sure where we're going next. I think we're going to some garden or something. So next to Åland Distillery, you find Jan Karl's Garden, which is Ireland's only open-air museum, and it's been here since the 1930s. It's a collection of buildings which have been moved from all over Ireland, and it's basically a farming museum. So you can go in most of the buildings. I'm not sure the GoPro picked this up particularly well. There's all sorts of old implements and stuff. Not a lot going on, but the buildings are interesting enough on their own.
It's something called a long drink. That's what they said. And it's their own drink that they make, and it's got gin in it, right?
Mainly the apple. It's most famously created.
So we just went to a gin tasting at the Åland distillery. I didn't film any of it, but I feel a bit slaughtered, to be honest. Oh man, and it's so hot. So we just come to take a look at this windmill. I don't even know if you can see that. Before we get on the bus, and well, it's just coming up 10 o'clock, it's still broad daylight. We've had another great day in Mariehamn. So I think maybe have another drink or maybe two, and then we'll hit the sack and get ready for Visby in the morning. So hopefully you can join us then. So we'll see you then. Night. So today we arrive in Visby on the island of Gotland. Now Visby is a walled medieval town which dates back to around the 12th century. So we've got a walking tour booked. So we're gonna walk around the city walls. It's got extensive city walls and cathedrals and narrow cobbled streets. So we're really looking forward to having a look. It gets rave reviews. So please do come along. Stairs. And hopefully we'll have another good day. It's a pretty low-key day though, and that's pretty much all we're doing today. So we'll see you off the boat. Sorry, ship.
Summer sailing ship. I took pictures of that.
Nearby Jim Morrison's house. One of them turned down. Some of them coming up here on the right hand side here. And nails, is that? Already in the 1400s, it silted over because of the raising of the land. Because we had a 3 kilometer tourist ice cap. It'll be quite safe on the inside because it's smaller on the outside there. In the 7th you can see that and they are called the London plane tree. That's in America we call it sycamore. But the monks and nuns, definitely experienced only one set. They say that there is actually a kind of list in Åland that published all over the world in the main papers that Sweden is number 1 in the world because invented called Christopher Bornholm, and he married especially me, you know, being up there. Okay, so anyway, you know, 12:20.
So we're doing a walking tour of Visby from the ship. It's been really nice actually. I'll put some bits and bobs on of the walled city, the walled town. It's not really a city. It's just a really nice place. We're currently outside the Church of St Mary's, which is the main cathedral in Visby. And now I'm walking into the car park apparently. I think we're just going to go around the church. We've just been in for a little look. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think we're going to try and stop somewhere and get a coffee and maybe some cake. We're starting to flag a bit after breakfast. Plus it's really hot, so Visby's well worth a visit. Just try and get far enough away from the church so I can show you what it looks like. I think we're going to have to go over here. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Dinner, gonna have a couple of drinks and get ready for Gdansk in the morning. So good morning from Gdansk. We're not actually in Gdansk, we're in Gdynia, which is around 20k from the city, and we're going to do a walking tour today. Hopefully see the Long Market, Artist Court and the Gdansk Linen shipyard where Solidarity was conceived. So hopefully we'll have a good day again. So let's cut to the bus and we'll head into the city. So we'll catch you then.
the wall and now revealed.
So we're in the middle of the walking tour in Gdansk. I'm just stood in front of St Mary's Church, which is the largest brick-built cathedral in Europe, I think the guide said. It's a really nice place, the old town. There's lots of cobbled streets and little narrow streets with amber shops and bars and cafes. It's a really lovely kind of feel about it. I think we're going to carry on with the guide, and then we've got some free time at the end, and I'm definitely going to get a Polish beer. So stand by. First drink today. So that's pretty much come to the end of the walking tour. It was really good actually, guide was great. We had a beer flight, I had a beer flight, a local bar on the Long Market, which was really great. I felt a bit slaughtered actually, but we're just heading back to the bus now, and we're going to go back to the ship. So yeah, it was really nice, enjoyed it. It's a beautiful part of the world, the old town anywhere in Gdansk. Yeah, really enjoyed it. So we'll bring you back on the ship at some point.
No, it's 20.
So we just got off the tour bus and we had some time, so we thought we'd come and have a look at the monument we saw on the way in this morning. Apparently it's the monument they built because this is where the Second World War started in Poland. It's quite a lot of stairs. We kind of had to come and look. It's really quite impressive. Right, let's continue. Lovely little park and some more stairs. Hello. Warm enough?
Yeah.
Wow. It's even more impressive close up. Okay, back to the ship I think, which is just over there. I'm kind of glad we made the effort to come up actually, because it looked impressive from the sailing, but nothing like it does from here. Amazing. Right, ship. Well, start again. Well, sun's starting to set. Well, that's another day in. Sun's setting. And we're just sailing out of Gdansk, and we're in Karlskrona in the morning. What a really nice day actually. You hear the band playing in the background. We had a really nice tour. Gdansk was beautiful. Had some beers and a nice barbecue dinner. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Cheers. Yeah, yeah. Good morning. So today we're in Karlskrona, which is a Swedish naval city founded in around 1680, and it granted World Heritage status in 1988. So we're on an organised tour today. We're currently on Stockholm Island, which is a former military base. I'm just trying to catch the guide up. Weather's a bit iffy, but we'll just cope. Now I'm hiding under a tree because it's absolutely lashing it down. Oh joy. And now the guide's doing Singing in the Rain. Wonderful. Hopefully it's just a shower. Hello, this is Pete from the future. So when we had the issues in Karlskrona, which I will explain now, I was supposed to film a little bit that night, but the spa happened and alcohol happened and I forgot. So I was just going to explain what happened. I know you get these YouTube videos where people say, oh god, we had such a disaster, and later on in the video they kind of break a fingernail. Was it a disaster? Well, we decided to stop the tour and we were going to go to a museum, but our credit card got declined. It was a problem with their system, and we had some money but they didn't accept money, so we went back to the ship to get our other card and had some lunch, and then they suspended the tender operation. We were tendered that day, so by the time we could get back out, we hardly had any time to get back to the museum, so we just decided to give it up as a bit of a bad job and go to the spa, relax and just have dinner that night, and yeah, and then regroup for the next day. So to that effect, tomorrow, I know it's not tomorrow, but tomorrow we are in Bornholm, the island of Bornholm, in a town called Ronna, and we've got a full day's tour, going to lots of interesting places, so I'll explain in the morning or in the past, whichever way you want to look at it, and we'll see you then. Bye. Today we've got a full day tour and we're going to be taking in the clifftop fortress of Aarhus, Mestelgard Agricultural Museum, where we're going to have some food and stuff, some Danish local cuisine, whatever that is. We're also going to be going to Østerlars Church, and it should be a really good day. So let's go and get on the tour bus and see what happens. Cheers. So we've just arrived on the tour at Hammershus Castle, which is the largest ruined castle in Northern Europe, built around 1260. Spin you around, have a look. So I think we're going to go and have a look at it. Very impressive. Sun's out. It always helps. Just made it to the top. Views are amazing. I know I say this a lot, but it is well worth a visit. I'd quite like to camp up here actually. That would be amazing. But probably illegal. I think we might go over there and have a look at the view. Looking back to the visitor centre, which also looks very impressive.
Hi, so that was Hammershus.
Hammershus. Can you remember any facts?
Yeah, it was made of brick and granite boulders.
Okay, what else?
It fell down.
When was it built?
Or
12 something?
12 something.
Yeah, that was a nice little visit, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Views were absolutely incredible.
Gorgeous.
Coming up now.
Yeah, very nice.
So back on the bus and we're going to, I can't remember the name of the place. It's like a farm, like a farm museum place where hopefully we're going to get something to eat.
And coffee would be really nice.
Okay, I'll sort you a coffee out.
Okay.
Back on the bus, let's go.
Bye.
60, 1870, 1880, and that's just before the Industrial Revolution came to Denmark. So at that time, this place like this size, which would have been one of the biggest farms on Bornholm, they were self-sufficient. They could do everything themselves. You needed very few things from outside. Could be exotic herbs or perhaps leather goods or something like that. But otherwise, you could do all of it here. So the narrative that guests will get is from that period, from 1860, 17, 18, and then we make sure that there's a distinct link between old and new. And she was so polite and listened to all our stories and asked inquisitive questions on Bornholm, but it finds its way to cheese tables all over Denmark, primarily at Christmas or Easter, but also throughout the year.
Mama, I want to make it to inside. Yeah. Ja, og jeg bruger ikke om, altså du bruger mine ben til, ja.
A little confect without any sugar. So 75% is chickpeas here. And then we have some cacao, some vanilla. Yes. What? Chocolate in it? Yes. Unfortunately. And then we also, instead of the rum.
So Agricultural Museum.
Yeah.
Verdict.
Well, worth a visit.
Yeah, it was great. Enjoyed all the tastings of stuff. I know you didn't, but I
Nice.
tasted everything. Had my,
Strange things to taste, but if you like that sort of thing.
had my first gruel,
Yeah.
which was good.
Rye bread.
Rye bread with lard on it.
Yeah.
Hashtag the North.
But yeah, it was certainly worth a stop if you're ever up in this part of the world.
Yeah, and free alcohol.
Absolutely.
Take.
Tick tick.
European, we have a lot of round churches. Maybe it was because the Queen suggested.
They would just be tapered, you know.
So last stop today is this beautiful old round church. There's quite a few of these in Bornholm. Just had a quick look inside, so I'll put a little bit of footage on. Yeah, it's just lovely. Garden's beautiful, isn't it? It's just a very quick stop before we head back to the ship. It's been a really nice afternoon actually. Nothing too rushed. Ready for some champagne though. Just need these. Verdict, round church.
Yes, very pretty.
There you have it. It's very pretty and white
And churchy.
and churchy. Thank you very much. Good night. Well, Bornholm was a really interesting place. Yeah, it's not somewhere you would necessarily visit because it's so out of the way. But to visit on a cruise is a really good option. So thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow we are docked in Warnemünde, which is a bit tongue-in-cheek called the gateway to Berlin. Tongue-in-cheek because it's around 200 kilometers away. We're not actually going into Berlin tomorrow, we've got something else planned, so hopefully you can join us and we'll see you in the morning. Good night, more drinks. Morning. So here's the thing. We're docked in Berlin, but we're not really in Berlin. We're in Warnemünde. So to get into Berlin, it's I don't know, 2.5 hours on the train. 2.5 hours back, obviously. So we decided we didn't really want to do that. So today we are gonna go into Rostock on an excursion. It's supposed to have a really nice cathedral, Echo. And then when we get back, we'll probably have lunch and we'll go into Warnemünde. It's like a seaside resort for German people, and it looks okay from the ship. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a bit of a lazy day and probably enjoy the empty ship later on. Hopefully go to the spa or something like that. So yeah, let's do breakfast and then go to Rostock. Good. Nice bite of one mile.
I'm going to ask you to stay and go to the left, but generally you've got to come up the steps. Because I'm a very short person.
Well, that's the included tour of Rostock done. Yeah, it was good. The guide was fantastic. The Welsh lad called Sean, and he was kind of reminding me information. And yeah, we finished off with a little look in the church, which I'll show you some footage of now. So yeah, for a couple of hour excursion, it was good. I think we're going to go back and have some lunch now, and maybe head out into Warnemünde and have a walk to the beach and stuff. So we'll catch you back on the ship or back in Warnemünde. See you soon. That's pretty. Whatever it is. Probably just someone's house. On the beach, Warnemünde. It's a popular area for Germans to come on holiday. It's kind of like a quiet, not a sleazy Blackpool. That's the best way I can think of describing it. But it's quite nice. Let's go up here. It's a little bit higher and see if we can get a view. Here we go, big beach. There's an interesting pallet sculpture on the entrance to the harbour.
A picture to make them laugh. Sneeze and the fart.
So this is kind of the main drag in Warnemünde. You've got like lots of shops and restaurants and stuff, and boats that are like fast foodie places. Seafront's a lot nicer and quieter. A few people fishing. Bit nicer, isn't it? So, today,
Yeah, it's been interesting. Nice little.
what do you think of Rostock?
Yeah, it was okay. It was a nice little trip out. Very knowledgeable guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and had a walk around Warnemünde this afternoon.
What do you think of Warnemünde, really?
Yeah, it's a bit touristy.
Yeah, it's alright. It's
Yeah.
kind of German Blackpool. So yeah, it's been alright, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a nice little place, and yeah, worth a visit. I'm not sure I want to come back.
Okay, where are we at tomorrow?
We're at our house tomorrow.
Our house.
Our house.
Great, I can have a proper cup of tea. Right, we'll regroup in the morning. See ya.
Bye.
So we just got off the bus at Aarhus Harbour, and this is the waterfront. It looks really nice actually. So we're going to go to an old part of town as well as some of the new ones. So I'll do some bits and bobs of filming and just give you a bit of an overview of what it's like if it's somewhere you want to come. But it looks, on first impressions, really nice. So I think we're just about to start to walk into it with our guide there. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Hello. So it's a mix of the old and the new on the harbour. It's the old customs house. Sort of sandwiched in between the library and the car park underneath. I think it sits really well. And then the old town in the background, which I hope we're going to visit. So we've just come into Bishop Square. This is the Church of St. Clement, apparently. I don't know if we're going to be allowed to go in the church. There's a funeral on at the minute, and I think their need is greater than ours. So we'll maybe be able to go in on the way back. It's a really nice square. The church was built in 1190. The guide has just told me through my earpiece. And most of the churches that we've seen in Scandinavia are built out of brick because there is apparently no stone. They don't really have any mountains. So they've got loads of clay and they have to build them out of bricks. Fact. I do love a church, even though I'm not religious. I think it's the architecture. It's pretty astounding in this part of the world. Lots of very nice statues. Cheeky. What's going on here? Ram's-headed woman thing. Okay, let's continue. I'm in another church. It's like a religious tour. You know, I sort of like a church. I'm kind of over it now. It is very nice. I don't know where Jane is. I think she might burst into flames. Well, this is known as the most beautiful street in Aarhus. And I can see why, it's lovely. But people actually live here. And the guides just told us that the house on the corner, just as you come in, sold for $1 million recently. It's gorgeous. So we just come into the Mill Park, which used to have a watermill on it. It's right next to the river. It's very popular. Lots of people just chilling out and stuff. There's a big moving sculpture behind me. You got it. It's got no batteries or motors or anything. It's all moved by the wind. I'm going to go back a bit. It was made by a Kiwi artist.
Our crown princess married to an Australian, Mary, and the crown prince.
So that's a little tour of Aarhus. The walking tour done. It was a bit of a test of endurance, actually. What do I say about it? It was a bit slow. There was some people on the tour who weren't particularly mobile, so we just had to take things really slow, and it just seemed a bit dull at times, if I'm honest. But the town's really lovely, as you can see behind me. So yeah, it was all right. I think we just need to go and get a drink or something, and maybe a cake. I think a cake might put me in a better mood. So I think we're gonna head back over to Dock 1 over there and look for a cup of coffee somewhere. So catch you later. Cheers. Just had a really nice lobster dinner in buffet, lobster and prime rib. It was gorgeous. So now we're just about to leave Aarhus, and we've had a nice day. The tour wasn't fantastic, but we've had a nice day regardless. So I'm just gonna have a few more drinks, and then it's last day, boo-hoo, Copenhagen tomorrow. So we've got a food tour booked in the afternoon, and hopefully we're going to get off in the morning sometime and have a look at the Little Mermaid and the canals and the palaces and stuff like that. So we'll catch you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Morning from Copenhagen, last port. Boo-hoo. But we're gonna make the most of it. So we've got a full day planned. We are gonna go out this morning on our own, and we're gonna have a look at the Little Mermaid, and we're gonna have a look at the Royal Palaces, and maybe go up the street with the canals on. Maybe go to the Botanical Gardens. I'm not sure yet. Depends if we've got time. And then we've got a food tour booked at a local food hall at about 2 o'clock. So yeah, I know it's the last day, but hopefully it's going to be a good day. So first things first, coffee and breakfast. We need to wake up. We'll catch you on the other side. Right, so we're walking into town, into Copenhagen from the cruise dock, and this is the reality of going to see the Little Mermaid. I know the first time we visited there was no one else here, but it is crowded, as you can see. So we'll just go and have a very quick look at her, and then we'll move on, I think. Just wade through the crowd. Cheers. Right, let's go. So we're just heading into town. We passed the Little Mermaid. It was swamped with tourists as usual. It was a really nice walk into town from the cruise port, away from the traffic, down by the harbour. And at a point down here, when we go past the Maersk headquarters, there's a little right turn that takes you into where all the royal residencies are. It's a big square with lots of houses and there's guards on there and stuff. So I think we're going to have a walk in there before we head for a coffee somewhere. I've just spotted another tour group. I like swarms. So if you've ever stopped at a cruise port anywhere in the world, you'll have seen a Maersk shipping container at some point. Well, this is the Maersk headquarters. They're based in Copenhagen. One of the biggest shipping companies in the world, mainly container stuff. So this is the way down to the royal palaces. Again, we're still by the harbour. So we're just going to carry on down here for a bit. Oh look, there you go. We're just going to carry on down here for a bit, and then when we get to some gardens, we're going to hang a right. I'll just keep filming for a sec. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything on this corner. No, we're not close enough. I'll bring you back when we're going to turn into the gardens. So change your plan. We're going to walk through the gardens to get to the royal palaces, but as you can see, there they are restoring the garden. So I need to look for another way in. There's maybe one down here. Maybe not. That's a shame because they are really pretty. Hey ho. So here we are. We have to go right down to the end of the gardens and then cut through a dingy alleyway. These are the royal palaces. Apparently, and I'm not going to try it, you can just kind of go and knock on one of the doors. Hang on, I'll turn it around. If one of the royal family's home, they'll kind of open the door and have a bit of a chat. So I think what will probably happen is you'll get arrested. So we're not going to do that. Spin you around. It's quite impressive. Guard stationed all around. I'm guessing that's 24 hours a day. So we're on, I don't know what I can't remember what it's called, so I'm going to call it Canal Street. And I think we're just going to stop for a coffee next to boats. It sounds nice. It's a really popular tourist area. Lots of boat trips and stuff going on. And it's really nice. It's got a really nice feel to it. Right, coffee. So we just stopped at Mariehamn for a cute little coffee with a pat nonny and some chocolate. Hopefully get a bit of a boost. What do you reckon?
Absolutely.
So we've just come into what I think is called the King's Gardens in Copenhagen, and it's just like a lovely big park. and there's lots of families here. It's graduation time for Danish schools, so there's loads of kind of teenagers wearing little kind of sailor hats, and that's the kind of graduation thing, and they're all having picnics, and the weather's gorgeous. It's just a really lovely place. So I think we're going to head over to the Botanic Gardens, find some shade because it is red as, yeah, it's such a nice place. So we're at the end of the park, and we've made it to Rosenborg Castle. We're not going to go in today. We have been here on a previous visit, but there's lots of really interesting rooms that you can book to go in. You can book a time slot, and yeah, it's really good. Surrounded by a bit of a lake. It's just beautiful all around, really.
A je tam jeszcze można zajść na zachód przeciwnego autobusu?
Do you want to go up? Oh, it's getting hotter as you go up. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so hot up there. Oh my goodness. I'm sweating like I don't know what. Right there, she said. Thank you. My clothes are visibly sticking to me, it was that hot.
Yeah.
Right, let's get out of here. Now we're in the butterfly house. That was a really nice visit to the botanical gardens, wasn't it?
It certainly was, it was beautiful.
Some greenhouses were a bit out though.
Well, certainly that's what needs to be for the plants that live in them.
Yeah. So the plan is now to head back to the ship, definitely have a shower, and then a quick snack, and then we're out on Copenhagen food tour at 2ish. So I'm not going to film any more till later on. So we'll catch you back at the food tour. So we just finished the food tour and got dropped back off at the ship, and we're just going for a little walk.
So hot.
It's so hot. I'll put some little clips on of the food tour. I didn't film that much because we were busy eating and stuff, but yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was nice food, it was a nice variety of things, quite Danish.
Yeah.
Not too much pickles.
Yeah. And
quite a lot of flavour.
yeah, we had a lot of onboard credit to burn, so we bought this with that, and it was how much was it?
$189.
Each. Is that each?
Yeah, each.
Yeah. So $189 each. We're just kind of glad that we didn't pay for it, because even though it was really good, it wasn't worth that, was it?
It was about £150, £148.
Yeah. So yeah.
But it was good, enjoyed it.
Good, enjoyed it. So now we're going for a quick wander before we head back to the ship. So we'll bring you back in a minute. Quite looking forward to not filming tomorrow, you know. I've kind of had enough. I think we'll wrap it up there. That's another trip that's drawing to an end. The dreaded packing's commenced, so we're off at around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning to fly back to the UK. It's been a fantastic cruise to places that we wouldn't normally have travelled to, so yeah, it's been great. Thanks for coming along if you did, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully it won't be too long this time. Cheers, bye.